Assalamu alaikum guys, how are you doing? Better late than never, a little bit late. Had to polish up a little bit. I was gonna come on live with my Christmas jumper, but you know what happened last time with the Christmas stuff. I'm kidding, I haven't got a Christmas jumper, so no fatwas please. Okay, so to start off with your questions. Okay, so I think I've answered some of these. So Rizwan asked the other day, how do I maintain healthy eating? Habits. Routines. You have to create routines, habits. First of all, you have to know what healthy is. And a lot of the time, people don't understand what is healthy eating. It doesn't necessarily mean cutting out carbohydrates and avoiding chocolate and all the rest of it completely. That's not necessarily healthy eating, and it doesn't mean you have to eat clean all the time either. So you have to understand what good nutrition principles are, and you have to create routines and habits so that you're able to stick to them. You have to manage your environment as well. So that's how you could do that. Next question. Best way to lose belly fat while maintaining muscle. Watch my other video on that. I've got a 25-minute video on that. It's resistance training done in a specific way. That's the best way to do that. How can I have the same mindset as yours when it comes to sport? No man asked that. You do that via looking at your why. You have to know why. There's a book written by a guy called Simon Sinek, and it's called Starts with Why. So with anything, you have to look at your why. If your why is strong enough, right, and then you'll find executing a task that's related to that why much easier. However, even if your why is strong enough and you don't reflect on it regularly, you don't actually you have to imprint it right right in the forefront of your mind. So the way you do that is you should do your visualization, affirmations, gratitude journaling, all the stuff that I talk about and I posted about recently. So you need to actually reflect on that morning and evening. Like you have to go over your goals morning and evening, and you have to reflect on your why. Otherwise, during the hustle and bustle of the day, you're gonna forget, right? In the moment, you're going to get really excited and you're going to really want to go for it. But then as soon as life gets in the way, unless you are reminded of why you're doing something constantly, you're going to forget or you're not going to bother. People say unless your why is strong enough, right? So whenever you're starting a business or anything, any venture that requires a considerable amount of effort, unless your why is strong enough, you're going to fall at the first hurdle. And I think most people know that. But what most people don't do and don't know is that you can't just have this why tucked away on a piece of paper in the bottom of your cabinet. That's not going to do. You have to reflect on that regularly. And then until it becomes, you'll know when it happens, right? You'll know, like, when that thing is so meaningful to you, you will know, because it honestly, you can feel it. It's so like you'll feel that fire in your belly, like, and it's like it's undying. That's when you know that okay, you've repeated this thing enough, or you reflected on it enough, where it's become imprinted on the forefront of your mind, if you will. 1 second, I think his tablet's going to. Okay, so the next question, balance between diet and exercise. I'm not sure what you mean there, Hansla. Balance between diet and exercise. If you wanted to just lose weight, if weight loss was simply your goal, here's the secret. You don't even have to exercise. You don't even have to exercise at all. I did, with my clients the other day, I did a 1 hour presentation on this, and no formal exercise. Your biggest contributor to calorie expenditure, and once again, you have to understand the science of weight loss, and that it's simple as calories in versus calories out, okay? And years ago, somebody had this debate with me, and I explained that yes, it is calories in, calories out. I'm not disputing that, but it's how you get there. What is your process? What's your steps? What's your formula for getting to that? And 9 times out of 10, the formula that people use is wrong, right? And I even had a conversation with somebody today who said to me, "Oh, it's all about discipline. Nobody can give you discipline." True, nobody can give you discipline. But if I said to you that you have to train 4 hours every day or 3 hours every day, who the hell has got the discipline to train 3 hours every day? Who's got the time? Now, if that is your belief that that's the kind of discipline you need, and then then you know that you haven't got that kind of discipline, then you're blaming discipline. Somebody like me who knows what they're doing can come and tell you, look, you know what, you don't even have to exercise at all. You can start off with 10 minutes. You can start off with 20 minutes. If I told you, look, all you need is enough discipline to exercise for 10 minutes a day, most likely you'll be able to do that. But if I said you need discipline to exercise 3 hours a day, then you won't. So it's not that once again it's down to calorie deficits, but it's about what is the process or formula that you have to get there. Do you have a proven formula that that has worked with hundreds of people? And do you have an easy proven formula? Like one of the things you'll see, like it keeps coming up again and again. And most recently, a few of my clients said it. They said, "Look, I can't believe how easy this is, and the fact that the fitness industry makes it so complicated." Because they want to keep you buying the DVDs, right? If you bought one bottle of weight loss pills and you lost all your weight, then you wouldn't buy the second bottle, would you? So they have to keep you on that loop. Okay, so yeah, you don't necessarily even have to exercise, but if you were trying to change your body composition, then you do have to train in a particular way, and I've got another video on that, to build the muscle tissue to give your body the shape. But just for weight loss, you don't even have to exercise. Exercise does help, but you don't have to. So when you say the balance between, it depends on how much time you have and how much calorie deficit you want to create from each. But like I said, even from exercise, an hour of exercise quite intensely, you're gonna burn about 500 calories, if that. And if you train in the manner that I recommend, if you train in the crappy ways that you're probably used to, i.e. do lots of cardio, you're going to burn maybe 300 calories in the session, and that's it. You're not going to burn anything after. And if anything, you're going to probably eat away at your muscle so that your metabolism decreases. And then you become skinny fat, and then you repeat the whole cycle again. And what's the next question? Best foods to eat. Calorie sparse, low calorie, nutrient dense, minimally processed foods. They're your best foods. Veg is your best bet. Then it's lean proteins. Then smart carbs. When you eat carbs, you should make sure that try to make sure most of the time that they're smart carbs. I.e. they come from brown sources, brown wholemeal bread, brown rice, not the Pakistani brown rice, proper brown rice, not the white rice that has been fried in oil and made brown. Not that. That is diabetes on a plate. Literally, that is like a disaster, right? For example, normal white rice, a plate of normal white rice, it's about 350 calories. That brown rice where you cook it with garam masala and oil and everything, that's dead tasty, that you tend to have on special occasions. That is like 1,200 calories or 1,000 calories for a plate. So that is yes. Once again, I don't believe in cutting out foods altogether. Have it as a treat, or once a week, once in a while, but don't overindulge in it. About exercise specific to certain injuries, I have a nutrition tips for working on even. Okay, Mohsin asked this question. Okay, specific injuries. I can't tell you unless I know what your injuries are, I'm afraid. I think it'd be a disservice if I said do this without knowing what your injuries are. And nutrition tips for working a takeaway. Just don't eat the doner kebabs and the chips there. And you can create a calorie deficit working anywhere. So if anything, I think working at takeaway is easier to maintain a good healthy nutrition plan, because you have a chef there, you just tell him what to make and he makes it for you. You don't even have to cook your own food. And try and eat chicken tikka, tandoori chicken, things like that is good. Sikh kebabs are okay, tend to be a little bit on the fatty side, but they're okay. That's it really, most Indian takeaways. I can't think of many of the low calorie low fat foods. Most curries tend to have way too many calories in takeaway curries. But I do have a recipe for a takeaway style curry with 1 tablespoon of oil, and it tastes, in fact, it tastes as good as most takeaway curries. Resto, you asked what's your methods. My methods, I've got a whole video on my method. It's primarily resistance training based, and I call it ta'am tayyib. It's just an approach to nutrition that I have. Is basically, I don't believe in snacking. You should try and minimize or avoid snacking. Try and eat minimally processed foods. Be mindful of your portions. Food taqwa. Have taqwa with your food. You know how taqwa is consciousness, God consciousness. That is probably the best definition of what taqwa is, God consciousness. Similarly, have taqwa when you're eating. You know, food taqwa. Be conscious and mindful. In the coaching industry, we call it mindful eating. And what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is being conscious and aware. And what is being conscious and aware? It's taqwa. So be mindful when you're eating. Try not to overeat. Follow the sunnah. You know, try to leave a portion of your stomach empty. Drink water. And that's it really. That's as far as my nutrition principle goes. It's eat minimally processed foods. Mind your portions. Try not to overindulge. Portion control. Once again, it's from the Sunnah. And Allah says in the Quran, "Kulu mimma fil ardi halalan tayyiba." Eat halal and tayyib food. That's wholesome food. So ta'am tayyib. That's it really. It's really simple. I have an idea of what I'd like to do now that I've lost weight. I would appreciate your profession. I'm not sure, Ursi, what you mean by that. I have an idea of what I'd like to do now that I've lost weight. You can drop me a message and I'll see what I can do for you. I'm not sure what you mean there. Okay, those are all your questions answered. Right, so now I'll talk about a few things that I wanted to talk about, okay? So I had a conversation today and somebody said to me about discipline. So I kind of touched on that earlier. They said to me, look, I don't understand this when people do this. They reach out to me for help, then they act like they know it all. Okay, so if you know it all, so why are you asking for help? Like, I don't get it. Like, why would you ask me for help and then tell me, oh yeah, I need to do this, and I should do this, and I should do that? So the brother said, you know, it's all about discipline. And true, I can't give you discipline. So I said, what can I help you with? He says, a plan. So then I said, okay, so are you after a plan? He said, no, I've got lots of plans. I don't have the discipline. Sorry, he never said about discipline. He said, it's just about discipline. So I said, okay, I'm a bit lost here. Here's the thing. More than likely, and this is why my best clients are those that have done keto, that have done all these plans, PDFs, been to other coaches. They are my best clients because they've already run the gauntlet of programs. They've learnt that it doesn't work. Because with a lot of people, and I find that's with human nature as well, that until they've experienced it for themselves, no matter how much you tell them that that's not going to work, because they haven't tried it, they think it's going to work, right? They think it's about starving yourself more, doing more cardio, water fasting. They think it's all of those things, right? And you cannot convince them because the industry and just normal hearsay, and Majid will confirm this as well. Like he found it really hard to believe that it's actually so simple, and all this time, you know, you're looking for this magic unicorn, and people think that's what it is. And because they haven't done that yet, anybody who hasn't experienced it and done that and realized it doesn't work, no matter how much you tell them, they will not believe. They will not believe you. So obviously this brother probably has not experienced those things, and that's why he was still convinced that, oh, it's just about discipline, it's just about this, just about that. So I mean, I was going to ask him, like, so what is I was going to ask him, like, okay, so what's lacking in your program? So on a PDF program, what's lacking? What's lacking is you don't have support and accountability. Like, somebody gives you a program, they don't know what your needs are. They don't know, you know, what you need specifically, right? It might not even be an issue. Like, I have some clients, right, whose issues are mindset. Other clients' issues are food. Other clients' issues are exercise. Everybody's need is different. Every time I go through them progress reports, I always think, subhanAllah, like, the diversity of needs, It's just crazy. Like our brother was here, Abu Tayyib was here, disciplined, no mindset issues, knows what he's doing, right? It was just he wasn't sure of the food and he wasn't sure of the exact exercise protocol. He's been training hard even prior to working with me. So his needs were one, somebody else's needs are something else. So everybody's needs, when I go through that progress report, and the way I do the progress report is the different areas that contribute to permanent weight loss, I ask questions around them each week, and from that I can tell that what my clients' needs are, and then I provide them a solution for that. Okay, so the two most powerful things really for getting a result are support and accountability. And once again, with myself, it's not just my support. I believe, honestly, the most powerful thing, one of the most powerful things I think that anyone can have is peer support, right? And support and accountability amongst peers. Because one of the things, and I'm sure some of you probably think that already, that maybe I already had amazing genetics and I don't put weight on. And even though I told you that, or if I show you my pictures in the past and I say, look, I did have a problem with my weight. Until you've seen all of that and you're convinced, a lot of people just assume that, oh, maybe he's got good genetics. But if you have somebody who's working with you, alongside you, as your peer, and they're struggling with their weight, and they're getting results, and then you just automatically think it gives you far more self-belief, because you think, well, if they can do it, and they're just like me, they're in the same boat as me, then I can do it too. So in terms of motivation and belief, I think it's far stronger coming from a peer than it is from a coach. And that's partly why I chose to go online, because offline you can't do that. The other thing, okay, so I mentioned that. Okay, so in terms of weight loss, right? Look, there's lots of ways you can get to the same destination, right? You could be the guy that chops wood with an axe, right? You can chop down a forest with an axe. It'll take you years and a lot of hard work, but you can still chop down the forest with the axe. Alternatively, you can use a chainsaw and you can get through the forest a lot faster. So really, trying to do it with PDFs and trying to do off YouTube videos and things like that on your own is like trying to chop down the trees with an axe and get through the forest. Whereas if you get elite level coaching, right, then it's like you've been given a chainsaw and you can get to your destination much faster with a lot less effort and a lot less stress, anxiety, worry and all that stuff. Anyway, that's all guys. I think I've waffled on so much, a lot. I hope you found it useful, and I shall speak to you guys soon. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.